Hello, so today my mini lesson is going to be on how to create pop-ups or 3D pieces in your artwork. So a pop-out or a pop-up would be something like this. It's 3D and you have pieces that are larger up front, smaller pieces that are small and in the back. And it's almost kind of like a diorama, and it's a folded piece of paper with these tabs. Here's another example of one with a lot more detail. So we have pavements, paver stones. I do a zigzag fold for the pop-outs of the witch and this pink bat, but I noticed that the paper was really heavy with the background and the door glued on, so I created this strip to hold it upright. So it creates the illusion that these pieces are sticking up closer to us. And so I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first thing you want to do is think about your subject matter, what your subject matter is going to be, and mine's going to be a landscape. And then you need to think about the background and what's on the ground itself. So what's going to be in the back and what's going to be on the ground. And so since I'm doing a landscape, I need blue for the sky and I need green for the grass. So the first thing I'm going to do is fold my blue paper in half, and this paper is the white paper for this example, and it's the blue paper for this example. Then I'm going to open it up and I'm going to put a frame of glue on the bottom half of the blue paper and glue my green paper onto the blue paper. If the blue paper or if the green paper is too big, I could always just flip my blue paper over and trim off the little extra green to make it perfect. But I'm okay with this, so I'm not going to trim that off. Then, keeping the paper folded, you're going to cut 2 slits for one of the tabs, for one of these pieces that stick out. Now, if you cut the 2 slits with the paper folded, if you cut the slits tall and long, then that's going to be something that's closer to us. And then if you cut the slits shorter side by side, it would be something that's farther away. So I'm going to do an example of a landscape with 3 trees. So I've created 3 trees, a large, a medium, and a small. So I'm going to need 3 tabs. And I've also created some grass and a sun and some clouds. But before I start to attach all of this, I need to make my slits. So I'm going to, keeping my paper folded, I'm going to cut 2 slits side by side that are the same length. So these are going to be, this is going to be the tree that's closer to us. Then I'll cut one that's further away, so 2 shorter slits. I'm going to cut one that's halfway between this one and this one. So cut up. Okay. Now you want these slits to stop at the same spot, and then you're going to pick up the slit and you're going to fold it straight up. I'm going to fold this one. Now you're going to notice that this fold is not equal. Don't change that. Don't fold that flat. Just leave that the way it is. You're just folding the bottom of it where the slits stop. Okay, now I'm going to open up my paper and I'm going to pull these forward. And now I'm going to pinch where the green meets the blue. Now, like this one, I just pinched in where the fold was because I don't have a blue and a green paper. I have just white, so then I pinch where the fold is. So the fold is right here. You can see the crease here, so the fold is there. So I pull this out and I pinch to make it stand up. Okay, so this is what I was talking about when I first made this one. It wanted to lay down, so you can kind of see mine wants to lay down, the back wants to. So if that bothers me, I can create one of these little strips by taking some scrap paper, and I'm going to just cut a strip, and then I fold 2 tabs over. So I fold one end over and I fold the other end over. Okay, then I put a dot of glue on each of these tabs, and then I pull this up straight, the back of the blue up straight. I glue this here, and then I'm holding the blue up straight. I'm going to hold this tab here. So what I'm doing is pinching right here and here, trying to make sure that this blue stays straight up and down, and the green will lay flat because it's the bottom. And so this strip here will help hold the blue up so the blue doesn't fall down. But I think as the glue dries, once the glue dries, you probably wouldn't need this strip, but it's good to have when you're starting. And so now I'm going to include the things in the back, because whenever we work with 3D or collage pieces, glued paper, we work back to front. So I'm going to glue on my cloud to the sky, glue on my sun, and glue on my other cloud. Now I can make this cloud kind of stick up off the top of the blue. If I don't like that, I could trim it. I could push it down, but I kind of like that it's sticking up. So there's my back. So now I'm going to work back to front. So I'm going to start with the smallest tree, the one that's farthest away. So you can see this one is the longest, so that's closest to us. This one's the medium, so that's in the middle, and this one is closer to the back, so it's farther away. So that's going to be my smallest tree. I'll put some glue on the tree trunk, and I'm going to glue it to, I think I didn't put the glue down far enough. I'm going to glue it to the front of this tab here. So I'm going to glue it to the green part and overlap the trunk. Then I'll take my medium tree, glue it to the medium tab, the one that's in between the two. And then the tab that's closest is my biggest tree because it's closest to us. So things up close are big, things far away are small. Okay, so now I have a large, medium, and small. Large up front, medium in the middle, small in the back. Now if I want, I can add some grass. So I wanted to show you how you could add grass. You're going to create a tab. So the flat part of your grass, the bottom part, you're going to fold over. You're going to put some glue along the tab, and then you'll glue the tab to the bottom and hold that tab down, and it'll make the grass stick up. So when you create these sculptures, you are weighing it down with wet glue, but as the glue dries, it becomes sturdier, and it also hardens. The glue hardens, so it'll hold its shape a little bit better. Okay, and this is one way that you can create pop-outs. That grass is too tall to be way in the back, but that's how I made it. So there is my pop-out of a landscape. And this one I did Halloween monsters, or just monsters in general. And the way that I did the witch and the bat is with two strips that I folded back and forth. So I'll just quickly show you that with two different colored strips. So with all of this, you use scraps and you cut what you need. So you put a dot of glue and you create an L. And then you're just folding the color over the last color. So I'm going to take and fold the purple over the gray, straight across. You want to try to keep these straight and not crooked. Now I'm going to fold the gray over the purple, purple over the gray, gray over the purple, purple over the gray, gray over the purple, purple over the gray, gray over the purple, purple over the gray. Now at the end here, I put a dot of glue, hold that, and then I can trim that extra purple off. And then if I give the glue a little time to get sticky, then I can pull this out and it creates a pop out. So I could use this pop out for this cloud here. I could take and pull this cloud off, glue it to this pop out, and then put glue on the back of the pop out and put the pop out to the blue. And you'd hold it here for a few seconds. And then as the glue dries, you can pull this out and it'll stick out and up out of your landscape. All right. And then here's one other pop-up that I have to show you, which is just, it's a folded piece of paper that does tabs like we did for our landscape here. And then you create something. So I took paper and I cut out this, I cut out the leaves and the stems, and I stacked these colored papers and cut out the tulip shape, and then I glued it so that it's sticking out, and I could write happy birthday. I could cut out letters that say happy birthday. I could write a little note here if I wanted to. And that's how you create pop-ups.